ah, ah, ah. Woo! That's my jam. Ah, 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 ah. Same hoes. We the same hoes. The same hoes. The same hoes. Fuck the same hoes. We fuck the same hoes. Ah, same hoes. The same hoes. The same hoes. I'm waiting for Jabee to get in the building. Black people always late. I ain't tripping, baby. Just is how the game go. But the same hoes. That is one of my favorite songs right there. You know what I mean? Dudes be like spitting for real. Hey, listen, if you hating on Rick Ross, you hating. Rick Ross got bars for days. He's one of the best who ever done it. Period. Point blank. His rhymes are not super complex and intricate, but his flow is it's more like butter, right? It's not ice cream. It's not hot chocolate with sprinkles, cake and vanilla. It's butter. It makes everything better. You know, you put some butter, you have bread, you put bread on toast, then it's better, right? And that's what Rick Ross. Um, that's what his that's what he is. You know, he's one of those dudes that's just able to spit like that. So if you hating on him, you hating on yourself. You don't know rap. I don't know what to tell you. Uh, um, so I'm getting JB, trying to get him plugged in here. Just a second. But yeah, so like one of the things that I'm always talking about is hold on, is JB right here? What up, bro? It should be able to just pop right in. So you should be able to pop right in um, and get into the yeah from the link. You have to do it on Chrome though. Hold on just a second. While we waiting for this to resolve this issue, I'm gonna leave y'all with that video again. Hold on just a second. Say it again. Are you joining? Okay. Let me see. So maybe it'll take a second. All right, what's up? What's up? We live
What's
in the
up, man?
building with Jabee,
Yeah.
the Eastiside Legend. How you been, man?
Man, I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Man, just trying. This the first podcast. I'm excited. Talk to you, see what you've been up to.
Yeah.
How's everything going with that career? Performing in front of everybody, being like, a hood superstar on TV all the time. All of that, bro.
Yeah.
First thing I want to kind of get into, and we kind of talked about this. So a lot of times we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, but um, women, right? A lot of times, that video that was coming on, the same hoes, right? And Tupac, he had the song "Every Other City We Go," every other
Yeah.
video, no matter where we go, we see the same hoes, right? And so, what I noticed about being in Oklahoma City, we've been around the city a lot, right? There was always a couple of dudes um, that would keep coming up in when I would talk to a female, right? So it'd be like Fantasia, you know. This is back in the day. Back in the day, you know. Vocab, he would come up. You know, your name would come up. Some people who are shall remain nameless. So what you think about that, man? Same hoes, is that true or not? What's your thoughts on it?
You know, yeah, you know, well, I always would always tell girls like don't say my name. You know what I mean? Like I made a point, just to be like, because like you could be kicking it with a girl, and she'll be like, yeah, I don't know, like scrolling through social media and be like, yeah, such and such did this, and be like, oh, you know them, and it's like, yeah, that's what's up. I never even acknowledge I know somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then she'll be like, oh yeah, because he said you. I was like, what you mean? Like, no, you don't say my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be no reason why you should say my name to anybody. You know what I mean? And but it wasn't really until like I started having issues with other dudes behind stuff like that I realized like, what's happening is like girls will be talking to so many people or the same 4 or 5 dudes, and like telling one person one thing, other person another thing. It's like, well, shoot, like, you know what I mean? But so I always make sure, like, man, do not like say my name. There's no reason for. I don't care who you talking to, who you kicking it with, who you know. No reason for you to say my name. You know what I'm saying? So
Have
I
you
would
so
hate that. You
so
don't
you
got.
got so huh?
Don't tell them you came to my show. Don't say nothing.
So so you had a lot of conflict with dudes
A couple,
over
couple. I never had conflict. Let me think. Nah, I don't think I ever had no conflict with no other like rappers. Um, nah, no other like not nobody that nobody would know. You know what I'm saying? But
right. It's kind of
but
like more the lower tier.
yeah, like up and coming or like her baby daddy rap or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But man, like
Now, hold on.
I've had niggas call
Now,
my phone. Like, hang on, I've had niggas call my phone. I've had
right,
I've had niggas pull up to the house while I'm there. I've been put out before. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga was on their
right,
way. You know what I'm saying? But even then, I'm still like, man, don't say my name. You know what I mean? Like, so
right. Man, that's crazy that you say that because, like, I always tell this story, like vocab, pretty boy, light skin with the green eyes, dancing and all that shit, right? So when he was in the Christian rap group Exodus with us, and then he left for a period, maybe like 6 months or whatever. So he in the club and he's dancing with people, right? He's dancing, right? And he's like, yeah, man, I went to the club. They was, some dudes was hating on me. They tried to fight. They started dumping on me. I'm like, bro, you a crip now? Like, why are these people trying to kill you? You know what I mean? Like, what? Like I couldn't believe it. Like, bro, you can't just be dancing at the club. But at the
yeah,
time, you know how like Oklahoma City was and how big dancing was and how
yeah, the
females
clicks, yeah,
would
the
flock to
dance
you.
click, yeah, the dance clicks was the shit back then.
Right. Sex Mob, FNA, like all them, right? And it was like, I'm like, bro, people ain't just gonna trip on you because you getting females. And it wasn't
Yeah,
until like, going to law school and I had to like a couple of fights I'm in law school, you know what I mean? It wasn't until I realized um by getting my own girls how many problems that brought up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And like when
yeah,
when I see a lot of dudes, a lot of the conflict between men, a lot of times comes between um, women. Now, a quick background for the people that don't really know. If you may have not heard of Jabee, Jabee Is from Oklahoma City. He's been rapping for what, probably like 20 years now. A long ass time, right? And
Shit.
so, like JB is, I think I probably went to one of his first shows. We actually met in middle school. Now, at Webster, right now at Webster, JB, he was like the little homie. He was short, had this afro, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But you wasn't out there like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you was. Does that make sense? And I know Webster
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah. I just was, I guess like that's one thing, one thing I will say, like just about even like being on the east side, people like, man, like I don't remember you from this or that. It's like, cause I wasn't out there like that. You know what I'm
You was
saying?
out the way, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I think in school, like I was just, especially like, middle school, especially because I ended up failing sixth grade at Webster, and my mom
Really?
went up to the school and begged them to pass me, and they let me pass. You know what I'm saying? But I was just always, for one, um, I was always quiet and insecure. You know what I'm saying? Like I had
Right.
friends, I had homies like you, and like at Webster, it was like you, pretty much you, Carrie, and maybe a couple other people. You know what I'm saying? But I remember uh, Jules' brother used to pick on me and stuff. You know what I mean?
See?
So I was never, you know what I mean? I was never cool. I was never cool. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and that probably lasted until I was a senior in high school. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right. Right. I
but
mean,
we
and I
used to
think,
rap. We rapped at Webster too. You know what I'm saying? Like we be freestyling and stuff at lunchtime and all that.
yeah, yeah. I remember like Webster was, it was kind of like I was a little bit shocked, right? Because like you probably don't remember this, but Webster, because going into my adolescence was the first time I kind of really saw racism. You probably don't remember this
No,
policy
I
at Webster.
remember because no, because the first fight I ever had was at Webster. It was with a white boy, and we was in gym class. I don't remember if he was in there or not, but me and the white boy was fighting, and he started getting with me, and then all the black kids jumped in and just beat his ass real bad. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and it wasn't even like I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody knew me, but it wasn't like I was like, you know what I'm saying, the dude that everybody, everybody had his back and nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I was just a black kid, the one black kid getting his ass beat by the white boy. So it was like, no, we can't have that, and everybody jumped in.
Bro, I remember Webster was the first because I in elementary I always fought. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
Yeah,
what what you say about my mama? We fighting, right? But Webster was the first time I didn't know what to do because people start would jump people so much. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I saw somebody fighting and another dude just fell and hit the ground. And it was
yeah.
like 20 dudes.
Jumped on him. Yeah, that's what
Start
happened to the
stomping
boy.
them, bro.
Yeah, he fell, and when he was fighting, he fell, and they jumped on him.
Bro, I was shocked. And I remember like at Webster, you probably don't remember this, but I think I got wrote up. They had a policy where you couldn't walk, it couldn't be more than two people walking together. Remember it was like two black men walking
Yeah,
together. So it was like because that was be considered gang related. You know
yeah, I
what I mean?
remember.
And
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, y'all tripping. After the bombing happened, they had it was the vice president. I forgot his name. They
it
came to
was. Yeah, man, that's crazy. I thought Bill Clinton actually came.
it may I didn't get to see it.
Yeah, I
I
didn't get
didn't
to
get
see it either, but I remember the president coming to the school.
you know why you weren't able to see it?
Why?
Well, I was just asking you. I know why I wasn't
Oh,
able to see it.
I didn't go to school that day.
Oh, okay. They put me in a special class. They said like I was likely to cause some shit.
That's probably right, man. Like, one of my favorite memories of you at Webster. is like we always talk about our favorite song and our favorite songs. And Jason Lyric, I think it was Jason Lyric soundtrack, and Scarface Jesse James was on there, and like
Yeah,
and that was your shit. You always smell Jesse James that Scarface song. I'd be like, man, there's other songs on there, bro.
bro,
It's like,
bro. Like Webster was like a big changing point in my life. I think it gave me a broader view of the world that I didn't have going into middle school. Right.
mhm.
Webster taught me that it was like going back to the female situation. I saw two types of niggas at Webster that was successful with women, right? It was like the pretty boys, light skinned niggas with the curly hair, wore Tommy
All day,
Hilfiger,
all day.
right? And it was like hood niggas, like bleach, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
dark
The
skinned
tough
niggas.
nigga
Yeah. And I was like,
with the braids or something like that. He had to have braids.
right, right. And I already knew what lane I could fit into, right?
Yeah,
I know, but it was also a wake up call to me as far as like violence. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, it was like where things felt real, like there was real stakes. Like I don't know if you remember Bleach. Do you remember Bleach?
Hell yeah, bro. Damn. Hell yeah.
Now,
I
if you
do.
thinking about if you thinking about that, bro, we was 12, 13, and 14, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's right. Wow.
You know what I mean? And it was
Yeah.
like back then, you could be a little dude. I mean, think about that though, right? We talking about we in middle school. Our
Yeah,
nuts ain't completely dry, huh?
yeah, cause I see kids now, like just around working with kids and stuff, and I see kids that are like 11, 12 years old, and I look at them, I'm thinking, man, how are we like, how are we that like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
before Moon, before Webster, I was at Moon, and
Okay.
'cause remember they started pulling kids from the East Side to Webster.
Right.
So I started at Moon my sixth grade year, and growing up, you always knew about gangs and stuff like that. We had family in gangs, but it never was. You never like was a part of it, or never like, you know what I'm saying. I
Right.
remember it was always like a big brother or big. I remember in fifth grade, like all my friends, they big brothers, that was banged out and stuff like that. I remember my homeboy Javier. I remember his brother got killed. We was in fifth grade. You know what I'm saying? And it was a
Right.
big deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, so we got to sixth grade at Moon. It was like, oh shit, like we like, you know what I'm saying, like metal
Right.
detectors, and it was like that was my first time,
Yeah.
like,
Right. 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 Right.
I remember they
Right. 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 Right.
would burn the flag in elementary.
Right.
So I got to Webster, we was outnumbered. It was way more, you know what I'm saying, Mexicans. You know what I mean?
I think that,
Hmm.
and I just,
Hmm. It be real, man. Yeah. I used to hate that, bro.
I kind of,
I used to hate that even in elementary school, though. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah, 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 yeah,
so it,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I think it was just,
oh
yeah,
no, it was a train.
yeah, yeah,
So like, usually,
yeah. I think, man, it was like really whenever it's like you said, I really started learning to express myself, and I realized like for so long, I was trying so hard to fit in. You know what I'm saying? I was trying so hard to like uh, trying to be like everybody else. You know what I mean? And really, and then I just said, man, like, man, these people are never gonna fucking. I'm never gonna be cool enough. I'm never, you know what I'm saying? And the harder I tried, the worse it got. You know what I mean? And you know, and one thing I will say, like about being on the east side, it's kind of like you were saying, like how whenever you got around like south side niggas, you realize like south side niggas is different from east side niggas, but they go just as hard. You know what I'm saying? For me, I went from east side to south side. I went to Hoover. saying 12 MC. Yeah, I was one of them. I was one of them. Uh, so tell me about it. Word, word. Yeah, Marcus wasn't on it either. Marcus wasn't on it. Yeah, yeah. But see, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going. Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, like that's one thing. Man. Hang on. I'm gonna go. Can you give me like 1 second? I'm gonna go grab this bottle real fast. Okay. 1 second. you know, every fine girl that dissed me when I was in middle school, high school, you know what I'm saying? Like it was. I wish I had the understanding of girls then. You know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't have got to me so much. You know what I mean? But it really got to me as a kid. You know what I mean? Yeah. 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 Exactly. Yeah. 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 Finer and all that. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. And then you smash, or she like you. You like, if I could just get this other fine one. This other, if I could just get this other fine one to like me, man. And like I promise, this is why I'm so. And man, like it's hard to. I've never had this kind of conversation, especially public, with anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I told you I would talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. I want to make sure that I don't misrepresent, like, who, like, where my heart is either. You know what I'm saying? So, but I've done so. But yeah. But I look back on my life. I've done some fucked up shit, and I've done some fucked up shit to women too. You know what I'm saying? But so I can't act like I'm so. Anyways, so I've been there and done that. So, anyways, what I'm saying is that you know every like there's this song, there's a freestyle that, what's his name, Kurt Cobain has. Who he is, rapper from Houston, Kurt Cobain. And I remember, and he is a line that he had. He said something like, um, "I got the car of my dreams. I fucked the girl of my dreams." And I remember listening to that, thinking, "Damn, okay, like, okay, man, like, have I fucked the girl of my dreams?" And like, it's like, man, really, like, like, there have been some really, really dope ass, badass, whether they were just super fine, whether they was Instagram fine, or whether they were just hella successful, whether they had their shit together. You know what I'm saying? And Yeah. What you mean? Oh, how many dudes was like just like average ass niggas not getting? Yeah, the same, the same. Yeah, I didn't, I didn't either, and um, and you realize like how these dudes you thought was like, you know, getting all these honeys was just like not even doing that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but and also, man, I was a late bloomer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really active like that until I was like, 25, 26. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So and I think that was part of it too. Why I was just so reckless is that I was so late. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so bro, that was probably my worst time. I was the worst. That's why like I had to. That's one reason why like I stepped down from certain positions is because I felt like I'm trying to get to some better light. Uh, I stepped down from certain positions because I felt like you know it wasn't it wasn't it wasn't really honest. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't really like real. And so I was just out here wilding. You know what I'm saying? Like wilding um, with the church girls that needed help and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, yeah. He Tupac. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Same. Same thing for Northeast too. Yeah. Yeah, we could do it again too, man. You know, man, we could talk forever, yo. Appreciate it. Bro, I want you to come back so we can do some, take over some shit together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I want like I feel like, man, like there's a couple of us, me, you, you know, do you know Cordell? Cordell Love? You probably know him, but he's from the East, but he like a couple years younger than us. But me, you, him, you know, of course, Marcus, uh, you know, we all kind of like doing, you know what I'm saying, like doing stuff, you know. But I just feel like, man, like, you know, you and I, like, especially with this political shit, and you know, now you got your legal shit behind you. Um, man, we can really make some noise. You know what I mean? And the cool thing is that I think for you is that the way Oklahoma is set up is like niggas don't really like give you your love or your respect or you know honor who you are unless you leave and do it somewhere else and come back. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you did that, I think coming back it'll be a celebration. You know what I'm saying? So um, and we talked about some other stuff we want to do together. So man, like we can even do stuff for you know remote while you there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, 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 yeah. Who do I know him? Yeah, Yeah, no doubt. I knew he was gonna say it before he even said it. Before he even said what happened, I knew he was gonna say that's what happened to him. But that's the thing, man. It's like, it's kind of go back to what you were saying before. Whenever you got to Webster, you realize like you couldn't be no bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be looked at as a bitch, thought of as a bitch, you know what I'm saying? And all that is you gotta have respect, you know what I'm saying? And even if you lose the fight, you know what I'm saying, you gotta at least fight, you know what I mean? Um, so that nigga, I walk down the hard nigga be like, Rod, remember Martin? Remember Martin, the show Martin? Remember the little, he's played a little boy when he would have a snotty nose, Roscoe? And nigga, I walk down the hall, they be like, Roscoe, Roscoe. Yeah, man. Yeah, 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 man. Mhm. Yeah, 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 Man, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, bro? I had that same conversation. You know who Ben Staples is, the rapper. So I had this conversation with him a couple years ago because he was fucking with this bitch who lived here, and she's a white chick, and she cool. You know what I'm saying? Like she's a lot more mature now. You know what I mean? But she had this is like she had tweeted something about like she white girl, blonde hair. She had tweeted something like, "It's so crazy how all the Crips love me." You know what I'm saying? And it just set me off, like, cause I'm thinking, shoot, half my family Crips, and they don't even touch white girls. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I think I said that to her on Twitter, and so then she starts retweeting all these tweets from Ben Staples, like all these wild tweets about how like people who not from LA shouldn't talk about gang banging. You shouldn't act like what I'm saying, all this stuff. And so we end up getting on the phone, and I end up telling him just what you said. I said, man, like, listen, bro, like the same things y'all deal with there, the same issues black people deal with there, the lack of resources, all that stuff that creates gang banging and people living, dying for they said, living, dying for respect. We deal with the same stuff here. You know what I'm saying? And like it's niggas out here that like they we can think of you know a lot of kids that we seen grow up from when we was kids, or even that kids when we was adults that we seen grow up that was legit heartless, and they was just all about they set. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like I'm trying to tell him like this niggas out here that live and die behind that shit too. You know what I'm saying? The nigga out here live and die behind this respect too. And the reason is just what you said, is that it's like respect is paramount, especially in the community where there isn't anything else of value. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't have you can't look to money, you can't look to anything else. The most valuable thing is your respect. And that's if you gang banging, if you a street nigga, if you trying to just live amongst the wolves, and you trying to be a regular nigga, it don't matter. Like, you got to be able to, what I'm saying, stand up and hold your own at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But it's just so crazy because I legit told him that same exact thing you just said about Oklahoma, and I was telling him like that same thing exists here as it does in LA. Yeah, 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 uh, yeah, 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 yeah. You can communicate. Yeah, it's like yeah, Yeah. 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 The same element. Yeah. The same community, right? Yeah. 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 Um, does your mom still live in that same house? Okay, I drive by there all the time. I always wonder that when I drive by there. Uh, um, I, you know, I think about like all the years, and I wish like there were, whenever we were young on the east side, there was somebody in front of us, um, not doing what we're doing, but like, having that kind of conversation so that we don't have to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Um, and there might have been, but I just feel like from like a from like a have not level, there wasn't. You know what I'm saying? There probably was like in the '60s and '70s, during civil rights and stuff like that. But you know how it was in the '90s and early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Um, Nothing. Go ahead. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's bro. That's so sad, especially from a black church, because I felt that from white churches before. And my my only experience, my I guess like my the most experience I've had with black churches was either funerals, uh, when I was a kid, and I just went with my mom or my grandma. You know what I'm saying? And I just sat in the pew, and when it was over, or I fell asleep. You know what I'm saying? She woke me up, or something like that, or Easter. You know what I mean? Or like just like after that, whenever I'm JB, and it's like they want me to help with something or do something. You know what I'm saying? And then white churches was like the same thing. They want me to help or do something. But I remember, I'm not gonna say this church's name, but there's a really popular church here in Oklahoma City, and I took my homeboy who from the east side. He had got shot. He had been shot a bunch of times, and I said, man, what and I hadn't been to church in a long time, but he was like, man, we need to go to church. You know what I'm saying? And I knew he was saying that because what he was going through in the streets. You know what I'm saying? He had been shot so many times, and he had like a bag on him and stuff, kind of like the bag that Vocab used to have. You know what I mean? And and I remember taking him to this church who's supposed to be like the progressive, like multicultural, multiracial, the diverse church with the cool pastor. And we walk in, and they looking at my homeboy like, and like kind of how you said, like they put you over here and put us over here, and that was the white church. And so like but well, I take that back. That wasn't the first time that happened, but that's when I got pissed off about it. Is that time? And I got pissed off before, but I was like, maybe it's just this church or this pastor, but a different church. Whenever I had a group of kids I was working with, and I was going to take them to a summer camp, and the pastor of that church was like, you know, uh, trying to send the kids that he already had at his church, and all these hood kids that I brought from just from me being in the community, all these hood kids, he wanted to send them to different camps. And I was like, how do you like, what I'm saying? Like, he's like, well, they can go to the 10 kids he had already. He was like, he want them to go to like the nice camp, and then the 30 or 40 that I brought from the hood, he was like, they can go to like the outreach camp, or the free camp. You know what I mean? It was like that shit just pissed me off. You know what I mean? So the only time I hadn't experienced what y'all experienced from a black church, mostly from just a white church. From that point, from that time, and then the time I took my homeboy who had got shot, I took him to church, and I was so excited because I hadn't been to church in a long time, and I was excited just to be going with him. How you go to church on Sunday, like we gonna go to church, we're gonna go eat after that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna kick it. You know what I'm saying? And I took him, and I never asked him if he noticed it or if he thought anything about it, but I seen it and I noticed it. You know what I'm saying? And it just pissed me off, and it just really just turned me off. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, and so I started to realize like these churches, they like it's like it's almost like a lot of them are just tone deaf, and they're so used to being to feeling like they're getting it right all the time. You know what I'm saying? And they're so used to like you know they're so used to like, I guess like the idea of like, well, if they have a black guy on staff, or if they have a few black people, a few Mexicans, a couple Asians, then like you know what I'm saying? They never have to confront like real shit. You know what I'm saying? And and that's when I just realized like, man, like, you know, I and I see it in a lot of black churches too, especially the black churches who are like they're like really big. You know what I mean? Like it's a real man. Man, we got to, I don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to start calling people out, but for instance, a lot of the black churches that are really big, and white churches too. It's like they don't have to confront or deal with any of the real shit as long as they look like, or they can, you know what I'm saying, put on the show on Sunday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or it doesn't bring more members. Yeah. Or to talk about police shootings and police killings of black people. I I watched this fucked me up. Like I watched this is a black pastor in Oklahoma, and um he had a post on social media where this motherfucker's riding a jet ski, bro. A jet ski. He on a jet ski, bro. A pastor on a jet ski, and he's on a jet ski, like zooming around. He's like, "Get to church next Sunday, however you can. We talking about whoopty woo." You know what I'm saying? This nigga on a jet ski, bro. In the comments, he got people talking about how they don't have cars, they can't get to church. I need a ride. This motherfucker on a jet ski, bro. How you on a jet ski? Your people can't get to church, bro. How you on a fucking jet ski and niggas need rides, bro? Yeah, Yeah. It's like what part of the game is that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I always say this, bro. Which I always say this. You know, people always say like, you know, I'm a product of my environment. You know, or my circumstances made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? I feel like growing up, seeing the things I've seen, you know, coming from where I come from, those circumstances made me who I am. Made me want to, you know, do more and you know think outside the box. You know what I mean? I'm definitely a product of my environment. My environment made me like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 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 yeah. No doubt, no doubt. Remember the time that the police, the the police was in front of you and then got behind you and asked if you was following them? No, but you told me about it. You called me like right after it happened. You called me after it happened. Yeah, yeah. Let's 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 do it. I love you too. Let's do it again in a couple month or two, and I'm sure something will happen, and we should get back on and talk about it. So let's do it again. Love you too, my brother. Be good, man. Hey, where you at? Okay, all right. But we gotta figure something out. If I come there, you come here, or something like that. All right, bro.